first down is Brady. And it's hauled in by Ben Watson. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Second tour of duty for Watson with the Patriots. Remember, New England drafted him way back in 2004 out of Northwestern. He retired in the offseason after finishing the campaign with New Orleans, but decided to come back for one more go-around with the Patriots, and they might need him, especially with Rob Gronkowski no longer in uniform. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
And the Patriot first down.
So first and 10 now from the 30. From the gun, it's Brady. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a second and 10. They'll run with a former Super Bowl hero. It's James White. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up third down. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on third down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
An extra defensive back here for the Bills on third down. Working from the gun, it's Brady. And he'll have his man, that's Edelman. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Brady to his old reliable Edelman, and the Patriots have a first down. That time a slant, Brady in general on those quick hitters, he just releases the ball so fast.
He does, and he's so accurate, but most of the time he wins before the ball's even snapped by his pre-snap read. Finds out where the defense is and delivers it to the proper place.
First down, here's White. And shutting him off, now open field. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
Well, that throw by Brady, incomplete.
Yeah, good game catching the ball in the backfield a week ago, and they're going to try and involve him in that way in this game as well. But you can tell scouting is taking over. They're making it a little bit more difficult.
Defensively, they told us, hey, we've got to take him out of the passing game, limit it to just short runs, because he can really impact this offense. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
8th play of this opening drive coming up. This is third down.
Hey, Alabama. Come on.
Shotgun now for Brady. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked up by Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. Now a man closing in on 15,000 career rush yards, Frank Gore. And that's a loss of 7 on the first down play.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Check right, check right. What's that? 58, 58, 58. Come on. What's that?
Throwing on second and long. Allen, and he slings one that's incomplete.
Well, touch and time here critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
6 guys. Check 6 guys.
Now Allen. It's caught left side by John Brown. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line.
Keep playing hard.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. They were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Off the edge, Jerry Hughes gets the sack.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go. Here's Brady. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Antonio Brown, the intended receiver. And it's third down. They've had touchdowns on both of their drives thus far, but now they face a third and long. From the gun. Brady. He sets to fire deep. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Poyer. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Now, let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
In your face.
Shoot! 22 jet bomber, 22 jet bomber. Go, go, go. Keep it up, keep it up.
Now Allen. Open man is Kroon, the tight end. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
It's a party now. It's a party now. It's like 58, boy, 58, 58, Mike. Hey, watch the ball, watch the ball. Go, go. Switch, switch. Alert, alert, alert.
Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here.
Go, go. Let's get off the field.
Allen. And that's caught by Beasley. It's a gain of 20 as we wind down near 20 seconds left in the quarter.
And the key number on that play, 3. Third play of the drive, third down, spectacular catch, turns into a first down.
First down saves them from a 3-and-out. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter now in Buffalo. It's the Bills in control of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
56. 6-man. Check curls.
They'll run on first down with Singletary. And he'll take it across the 50 and into New England territory. Dante Hightower on the stop.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Right there. 54 Mike.
On second down, here's a run with Singletary. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. And that is incomplete. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
The throw once more on 2nd and 10. Brady. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and that's what we saw there. A nice pickup for a first down.
On first down, nothing opening up really on the running play. Give him maybe a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd and 9, Brady to the left side and complete for Julian Edelman. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
40, 10, 53, 50. Hey, Steve 6, fire!
From the gun on third down, Brady. And he will have the first down, but he winds up taking a pretty good shot that time. Brown, his first catch. It's a first down.
First down, Patriots.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
So 2 first downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, 1st and 10. Brady gives this to White, and very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2, and that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Wait, 10, wait, 20!
Focus, defense, focus.
Check 13, check the Malcolm. Check it.
From the 44, Brady. He completes it right side to White. A gain of 4 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down. With James White, you know that he can catch the football. He was 3rd in the NFL amongst running backs last year with 87 catches. And as we've seen, sometimes they come in bunches. Super Bowl 51, he had 14 grabs, including the winning score. Last year in the divisional round versus the Chargers, 15 receptions for White.
Wait, 10, Alabama, 380, sugar! 48, foxtrot.
From the gun on 3rd down, Brady. And Brady going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. On 1st down, they'll start out with Singletary. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards. That time, a little misdirection really seemed to fool the defense.
And think of it this way. From the time you're in high school, you're taught to watch film and pick up tendencies. Sometimes they can use those against you, though, when they break their own tendencies and hit you back the opposite direction, huh?
Throwing on 1st down is Allen. The attempt on the dive, and he has it. What a catch. 14 yards, and the Bills will get a new set of downs.
That's another Bills. First down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
2 minutes on the clock in what's been a scoreless first half. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back first downs.
2nd and 9 at the Patriots' 42-yard line.
#58, 319.
Too little,
On 2nd down now, Singletary. And here's another tackle made at the line, so they're converging well on the football now. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10. The Bills on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
53 is the most. Check 53. Hey, Charlie. Check 53.
So the shotgun snap to Allen. Buying time to his left. He may try and run for this. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Our first update now comes from Atlanta. An early lead in that game for the Falcons. That one tight to this point, and you'd have to imagine it'll stay tight throughout. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. So off goes Allen, and on comes Stephen Hauschka for the Buffalo field goal. From the left hash, this from 53 yards out. And that hits the crossbar and comes back no good. And by just a couple of inches, this remains a scoreless game. Well, he had that one on target. That's half the battle. The other half of the battle, however, is distance.
And he nearly had that, too. But it was the crossbar that said otherwise. And that'll deny him a shot at 3.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. They go play action for White. Now it's Brady. And his throw is incomplete. Philip Dorsett, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd and short. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that. And thus far, they've been successful.
Brady's throw on 3rd down there is incomplete. What a difference a week makes. Last week, he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week, he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense, they spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at his timing. You rarely call your punter a weapon, but he certainly was there. How about that? Pinning him down at the 1-yard line and helping out the defense in a big way. I'm telling you what, if I'm a defensive coordinator, I might be thinking safety right now.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Well, what's the plan of attack here? Very late second quarter, and look where the ball is.
Yeah, bad spot for you, but the defense has all 3 timeouts. So what you're telling your team is ball security number 1. It's not all on the running backs if you decide to run the football. That offensive line has got to protect them and wedge out some space because you can't just kneel. They take 3 timeouts. They're going to get the ball back in good field position with a chance to put points on the board. You've got to try and get a first down and run out this first half.
And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. Now the Patriots will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some pushing. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. The Patriots will take their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action.
It's 4th down.
The Bills send the punter out as he'll come on to kick this one away. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. Now Brown. A good return there, 17 yards. And control of the football, switching hands with very little time remaining until the half.
Wait, 20, 72. Hey, let's get in that room. 41 Mike, right here, 48, over. Man up, deep. Hey, 41 Mike. Alert. Let's see what you got. Mike 41. Hey, check it.
On 1st and 10, here's Brady. Towards the end zone for Brown. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. So plenty of action on the field, but no action right now on the scoreboard, at least as of yet. 0-0 is our score. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
The Bills take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And we thought this game had the potential to be tight, maybe not this tight, scoreless as we start the third quarter.
And I love the way you use the word tight. I'm going to take it in a little bit different direction here because it's not just tight on the scoreboard. I think both offenses have been tight in how they've played this game. No one's been loose. No one's been free. They've got to find a way to make some plays, and I don't think you do it if you're really tight in everything that you're doing in the game.
Alert! You don't want this. Back. You go tight. Federal West. You got tight.
Throwing again on second down. Allen, and the grab by Croft. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not even going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
I'm going to run you over.
On first down, Singletary. The safety, Patrick Chung, is the one who makes the stop.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
At the 44-yard line.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Here we go.
Allen off the play fake. He's going deep for Brown. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Here's Allen to throw it. He gets it to Brown, complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 23 yards, the final tally. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
This is a draw play. Allen gives to Singletary. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Now Allen off the bootleg. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Allen now looks to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. A 5-yard loss there is going to bring up 4th down.
I love the intelligence the defense just showed there. Read their keys, saw the screen developing, ran to it, and smothered it. What a 3rd down stop by them.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin them back. The Pats at the line, ready to go. There are 0 points on the scoreboard for either side. It'll be interesting to see what adjustments were made. The defense is obvious. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 28. And he is going to score. It's a pick 6 and a Bills touchdown. Well, we know this defense has athleticism. Spots like that prove us right.
I love the way that you spotlighted the athleticism because you and I both know the best athletes on the field, they play on defense.
Oh, I don't know. I was a kicker. You got to remember that now.
Come on, come on.
Fine. Fielded about a yard deep. And spins away. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Now Brady to try again after the pick 6. That's complete to his tight end. This is Lance Kendricks. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. The end result, 21 yards.
Check 41. Watch the pass.
Here's White. And he will be taken down inside the Buffalo 20. A big play there for New England. 41 yards on the ground. And a guy that can change the game, shows you a glimpse of it right there, taking the ball down inside the red zone.
It just tells you how tough it is for a defense. You just hold on all game and essentially hold your breath. Will they break a big one on us at any point during the game? It just happened right there.
And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
Shaq Lawson's one of those guys that after a while you quit just trying to define him by a position. Defensive end, outside linebacker, doesn't matter. He knows how to get upfield and spill some plays.
So disruptive. What makes him so disruptive?
I think it's strength. If you see his upper body, I mean, he's got some strength up there and some really good hands, but he's got some surprising quickness as well to get him upfield.
Check it, reload.
On 3rd and long, it's Brady. And my goodness, another interception. Tre'Davious White with a pick. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator.
I don't know if he made it out of the end zone. No signal. Yes, it's a safety. So maybe the defense will have to kickstart the offense here. The first points of the game comes from that defensive unit.
Yeah, sometimes you get together and you say, hey, maybe it's on us today. We have to go out and force the issue and make a play and get everyone else going.
They juked him. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
Yeah, they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the 3rd quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. The backup Stidham, his first throw. Flush to his right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Jerry Hughes picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Hey, 66.
Play action. Now it's Brady. Over the middle here to Brown. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. They wind up getting 16, but even that's not quite enough. It's fourth down. Around the NFL, third quarter at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta. And the Falcons have moved out in front. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. And in their own territory, needing only a few inches, they're going to line up to go for this thing on fourth down. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. Back now in Buffalo. It's Patriot football, but they trail here as we begin the fourth quarter. Tom Brady needing a fourth quarter comeback here. He's actually only done it 8 times in the last 5 years, but if you break that down further, the Pats in those years rarely losing in the fourth quarter like they are now. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for second down. So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a second and long. Brady going to throw. Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 44-yard line. Well, this is how you shape the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
It's not often that you get 19-year-olds that enter the NFL, but this guy's absolutely special. Tremaine Edmonds out of Virginia Tech, 6'4", 250-plus pounds, can run like a deer. We just saw his ability to flash.
And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. Jerry Hughes able to record his 5th sack of the season. Tough spot for the Pats now after the sack as Brady will lead them up 3rd and long. Working from the gun, it's Brady. And the throw there going to be incomplete. A 4th and very long coming up. You're out of field goal range. I don't know that you can go for this.
Well, I know that you want to, right? You know that they want to say, hey, let's go for this. We've got the perfect play drawn up. Let's do it. But I wouldn't go for it either. I agree with you totally. You're only down 1 score. Punt it. Let your defense pick you up.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Singletary to get the drive started. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. A loss of 2 there, second down. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Singletary again. And this Patriot defense up to the challenge once more as they again stop him behind the line. A second down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
Third down and 13.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long.
Watch the run. It's soft, baby. That's baby soft.
Hey, tight.
Get wide.
Alert!
53 to Mike. 53.
That's it.
From the gun, it's Allen. He's got the hook up to John Brown on the right side. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. It's a gain of 13 and a Buffalo first down.
First and 10 at the 20.
Allen now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10.
Let's put that team on the box.
Five wide. What's that?
Allen going to give this one to Singletary. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
They go right back to Singletary. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2.
And this is an absolutely big third down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big third down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. They're facing a critical third down now as they try to hold on to this lead.
Check 53 is Mike.
Let's go, D. Let's go. Mike, 53. 53, Mike.
Allen now from the gun, he'll throw. And that's complete to Croft. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. On the counter, this is Singletary. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. You'd have to think likely another running play coming here, 2nd and 11. They'll keep it on the ground. Singletary. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe. The Patriots will take their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The Bills on 3rd down, not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This is 3rd and 7.
Check. Motion to backfield. Motion to the backfield. 50, go. 51.
They'll run a draw now with Singletary. And they'll get this across midfield, but not nearly close to a first down as he stopped at the 48. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down.
It's 4th down.
And they're going to take it all the way down and just take the delay. So that'll back him up 5. The Bills send the punter out as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. They're down here in a 1-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense. To go.
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
At their 49-yard line.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54. I got one.
They go down to a knee and a sigh of relief as they are into the win column for the first time this year.
It's now 3rd and 13. Today's final score.
Well, Charles, the old saying, the old cliche, if you will, points at a premium, that certainly applied here, didn't it?
And that almost like opened up a time capsule, didn't it? Old school football, low scoring, close game. What a way to finish it up.
You loved it, didn't you? You loved the defenses.
I certainly did. Brought back the images of the game of old.
So for the Bills, it took a few weeks, but they finally get their first one of the season here in Week 4. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Tennessee Titans. Meanwhile, for New England, they too will leave here at 1-3. And they'll try to rebound next week on the road in Washington. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.